best parts of hanging out with these guys without the hangover.
Well, hi everybody.
Hey, Chucklebuster, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I over there is our old pal Ziggy, and right here I'm Rainbow Dash,
And he's Rainbow Dash,
and
everybody.
I'm here to fuck.
Rainbow Dash is here to fuck.
Actually, this is
that's
Twilight
that's a callback
Sparkle.
from. There's no difference for me. I don't know. The fact that you know is weird.
I've got a daughter. I'm allowed to know.
I would say actually most bronies probably look similar to you, which is the weirdest part about it.
Yeah. I saw. So I was helping my buddy move, and for whatever reason, no, I say whatever reason, he and his wife have a niece, a young niece, and they had a My Little Pony coloring book, activity book thing, and that came with a mask, and I was like, well, that's mine now. And they're like, take it. That's fine. Take it and go through the booze and take whatever booze you want. And I was like,
Oh, there you go.
you got it. So they actually sponsored this cocktail that I made.
So this episode is brought to you by Free Booze for Moving. Brought to you by people who might possibly have a butt plug made out of real horsehair.
Butt plugs made out of real horsehair. You'll know it by the smell.
Wait, the butt plug or the? Yes.
Yeah.
That's two very specific smells. It does. The whole thing smells like a farm. Don't get it more wet than you have to.
Only you, your proctologist, and your veterinarian know for sure.
Don't get it more wet than you have to. And other stories.
So I am pretty proud of this cocktail.
Okay.
So it's kind of a coffee old fashioned. So I take bottom of the glass, orange and cherry, as you would. And then in a shaker, about 3/4 shot of Frangelico, shot and a half of rye whiskey, a spoonful of burnt orange sugar, couple dashes of orange bitters, couple dashes of ginger bitters. Top that with some cold coffee, shake the living piss out of it in a shaker, and then pour it over ice, and you've got yourself a nice little foamy coffee drink.
That sounds goddamn delicious. For half a second, I was questioning the coffee, but then I thought about everything else, and I'm like, no, there's no reason why that wouldn't go. There's no reason why that mixture wouldn't go, especially with the ginger in there to tie everything together, give it a little bite.
It does. It does.
I'm proud of you too.
Thanks,
Good
buddy.
job, buddy.
Thanks. I feel like we have to address your situation.
The fact that I'm topless?
Yes.
So if you remember, this show comes out on anywhere you get podcasts every Monday morning, ridiculously early. This show will drop next Wednesday on the YouTubes at 7:30, most likely Central Standard Time. We have thousands of people who are apparently downloading the show. We're currently number 8 in Kazakhstan, which I thought was good, but we are also very high in the ratings in the US, at least high enough for us. But nobody's watching the YouTube channel. So if you want to see some of my very stupid tattoos, please join us at Zig and Larry Ignore Topic on YouTube for this episode, which drops on Wednesday. You can see I've got Jake and Elwood on my right tit right here. Very artistic Jake and Elwood. That's pretty stupid. This one is amazingly dumb. This is one of those "Hello, my name is" stickers, which I've tattooed over my left tit. But it's blank. So when I'm drunk, I can Sharpie in nonsense. And it's just a gift to keep on giving to make myself a douchebag etch-a-sketch. And there's a couple of anchors. And if you're curious, no, I've never been in the Navy. So why are they there? None of your fucking business. But so this is all happening. So
you've never been in the Navy, but you have spent your time in the barrel.
Yeah, I have spent my time in the barrel. Yeah, and a little bit of my time in the pokey. So if you want to see us, see me topless from just the nipples up, go to Zig and Larry. Ignore a Topic on YouTube, and I'll even give you one of these.
Ooh,
it's
easy.
The Derringer Show.
I was gonna say we're gonna get demonetized for showing those guns so early.
Don't worry, they've never been loaded.
No, you've always been loaded.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my guts, but never my bicep.
So how's your week going, buddy? I mean,
fucking miserable. Last night, God killed my OnlyFans.
I'm sorry.
Last night, in one evening, God killed my OnlyFans.
I'm gonna need an explanation.
I no longer have them.
You no longer have fans?
No, the actual physical fans in one night. So last night, fucking torrential downpour, thunderstorm, fucking like rattler of the windows kind of style, right? So what loves that? Chihuahuas. Nope. So 4:30 in the morning, he's going, we're all gonna fucking die. Waking up the wife, she picks him up. He's vibrating like an egg you spent $14 for, put batteries in. She puts him next to me in the bed, so I've got him vibrating next to me. I'm like, oh God. Right on the nightstand next to me, I keep a box fan just for the breeze and for the white noise. It's been slowly dying for the last week, and I keep thinking I gotta go to the store. But it's one of those, like, I just haven't quite gotten around to buying another one. I've been starting it like an old-timey fucking biplane by spinning the blades, and sometimes it'll catch. And like you turn it on, it goes burr, but it doesn't move. And you spin the fucking blades, and then it'll catch and it'll go. But yeah, it's fine. I'm sure that's what they meant by that. It took me 2 days of doing that before I took the front off to do it, because I was using it a chopstick just in the little fucking through the gate to the front. So that was stupid. So, but last night after 4 o'clock, the dog woke us up. So about 5 o'clock, I wake up to my wife, who has a very good sense of smell. I've smoked for 25 years. It never comes back, by the way. Your sense of smell never comes back. She goes, I could hear her go like the dog looking for something. I thought it was the dog for a second. And she goes, do you smell that? Smell what? It's like, it smells weird. What are you talking about? She's like, smell the fan. I look over. It's still making noise, but it's not moving anymore.
Oh, no.
And it definitely stinks. The motor is burning itself out. I'm like, yeah, that's an electrical fire. So we unplug that, and I put it in the living room, and I grab the pedestal fan out of there, and I plug it in, and it goes click, 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 out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, that's new. 45 minutes later, that one is smoking. So we unplug that. I throw them both into the dumpster that we have. Like our trash room in the building is a dumpster. You just like hoist your fucking, there's a trash chute for the people above us, but I'm on the ground floor. So you just hoist it up into the dumpster and they wheel the dumpster out. And just because there is a God, but his only job is in early May to piss me off with my creature comforts. After that, that's his fiscal year. That's all he does. After I'm picking up the box fan, the handle actually decides at that moment to break off as well.
Oh my gosh.
Dropping on my foot, which is only in a sandal.
Jesus.
Yeah. So outside of that, it was a great night's rest.
Yeah.
We started drinking at brunch. We're supplementing with booze as well. So I figured it's good to keep a routine.
Absolutely. You've earned it. It sounds like what do you have in there, pal?
I'm still on the shandy kick. This is just bog standard lager, but it's got a pineapple, cucumber, and basil aid that I made as a shandy. It's tasty. It's tasty. I think I might, if I make another one of these, I might throw a little jalapeno in it as well.
Ooh, that sounds good. I'm sorry, my brain's catching up. I've only been awake for a couple hours here.
Although awake for one drink.
Just enough time to.
A little too sweet though. Hold on, I gotta. There we go. We're gonna season it.
We got up and made some steak and eggs for breakfast, so that that'll cure what ails you. Had some sandwich cut ribeyes, like
come on with that.
Fried those up with some just to the other side of runny, so still where you could like dip the steak in the yolk, but it wasn't going had some biscuits. Daddy.
Topless, buzzed, and hard.
Right?
So always, as I said, check us out on our YouTube channel. Hit subscribe on that bitch. Why are none of you people doing it? I understand. I wouldn't want to look at us either.
Yeah,
we're a format for radio.
We really are. I mean, okay. I'm gonna tell you something. I need to make a confession.
You've been touching yourself this entire time to Jake and Elwood over my right tit.
I'm always touching myself.
That's not a confession. That's just a fact.
Yeah, it's just a fact. So I'm doing a gig tonight, just for the money in the story.
Okay. You told me it's not until midnight.
Yeah. I almost feel shame for it, but at the same time, I'm like, nah. No, I have not. This is the one thing as a comic I haven't done yet. Um, some buddies of mine got approached, and they are the ones that came to me and said, "Hey, do you want to do this with us?" And I was like, "Want or am morbidly curious about it? Yes, I'll do it. How much is the money and how much time?" Oh, I only got to work 15 minutes and you're going to pay me a ridiculous amount of money?
Okay.
All right. I am doing my first and last after prom.
What?
An after prom?
I didn't even know an after prom comedy show was a thing.
They
What?
usually with after proms, they usually will hire some type of hypnotist, a juggler, ventriloquist, or some other manner of carny to entertain these 18-year-olds.
Is this to keep them from going to the Motel 8, getting drunk off of Mad Dog and banging like fucking rabbits?
That's, I guess, the intent of the after prom.
Okay. It's basically the comic version of Dare. Dare to keep kids off each other.
Yeah. But so my buddies that got approached to do this, they actually graduated from said high school that we are going to do this for.
Okay.
And I asked them, I was like, why did you ask me? I am the last thing that a teenager wants to look at.
The Thing from Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
That's very good.
It's clobbering time, kids. Although I do plan on opening the set with "Greetings, fellow youths."
There you go. There's a joke they won't get.
Yeah, and that's okay. They're not going to get a lot of it.
Very good.
I am going to spend some time just kind of observing and probably spending most of my time roasting the teachers and the other students.
I think you're probably going to have to. You don't have anything that relates to that age bracket.
No.
Don't you hate it when your Billie Eilish gets stuck on your TikToks? I don't know what any of that means.
Hey, you kids, you like caps? Because no, I don't know. I got nothing. I don't pay attention to what my children say. So yeah, I'm doing it because I was like, you know what? I love a good story, and I'm getting paid. So why not? Why not go and do this? Gideon told me, he's like, they're going to laugh at you, not with you. And I was like, laughter is laughter, and I'm cheap. I don't care. And he was like, good for you. Although when I told Willow, she stopped and she was like, no, you're not. Like, her face was just
It's not her high school.
No.
Okay.
No, God, no.
Okay.
She said, though, she goes, next year I'm going to recommend that you come and do my after prom just to make you very uncomfortable. And I was like, please, I'm not going to do that.
I've never heard of an after prom. This is at the venue. So like after the DJ packs it in and they pretend like the punch wasn't spiked, if that's still a thing the kids are, or that whenever the kids are done vaping the grape juice, whatever the fuck it is, it's at the venue, right? They're like, okay, you're exhausted. You've been dancing and trying to get your fingers wet all night. Some of you smell bad. Who's ready for a laugh?
Yes.
And they pull out folding chairs, presumably, and all the teachers who are chaperones who don't want to be there have to set up several rows of those metal folding chairs.
Yes.
Oh God, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing.
And it's worth the story for $15 or 15 minutes and a check.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, absolutely. That was my whole, because my buddy Trey kept saying, you don't have to do it. Just because it's me, you don't have to say yes. And I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. Because I love a good story and I can't wait to talk about it. Because again, this just looks like somebody let their weird uncle in the back door.
God, if I'm half drunk, it takes me longer than 15 minutes to jerk off. You'll be fine.
Right? It's all, that's the thing. It's only 15 minutes.
Can your after you say greetings, fellow youth, can your next thing say, Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes?
Yes.
Just pick up your phone. Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes. Excellent. And just keep ripping on the fucking adults in the room until it goes off and walk off stage.
That's exactly my plan. That's exactly.
Oh, that's good.
I had not thought about.
Shit. Siri, cancel my reminder.
I had not thought about doing the Siri thing, but that's brilliant, and
that's pretty good.
That's brilliant. I'm doing it. I'm
okay. Yeah.
And then occasionally just look down and pull the Bill Burr and be like, 8 more minutes. All right. Yeah. Because I'm like, there's no way. Although I do plan on telling it because we get to do a light R. So
oh God, what does that even mean?
I think
you have to be a safe cracker to figure out what shit.
Dude, it's so it really when they're people because sometimes people are like, oh,
you can say cunt, but only if you giggle while you're doing it. That's a light R.
You can use one fuck. Okay, great. Yeah, I like when people are like, oh, you're opening for a clean comic, so make sure you're doing clean, and then that comic goes up and he goes, oh man, got a hand job from a deaf girl. And I was like, well, no, that's not clean. That's not what I
compared to his old stuff. It was she was dead in the first version.
Got a hand job from a dead girl. What? No, change that consonant, please.
If you crack the fingers right after rigor mortis, it works. It's called the flaky fleshlight, and it will flake off. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it will flake off. It will stick to your skin. You're going to have to use a loofah. But
only get it as wet as you have to. And that's what I've been trying to say.
Only get it as wet as you have to. Because I don't go back and listen to the whole episode.
You're making notes.
Yeah. Yeah, of course I make notes. I gotta make notes, buddy. Because otherwise tomorrow happens and I completely forget. I'll tell you this past week, I'm still exhausted. We went to bed at a reasonable, not too, it was like 1:30. We went to bed and I woke up, I think we got out of bed about 9:15. So not too bad. And I am still just this past week has been just god awful. It's just been one of those weeks. I'm almost tempted to show you the doodles I did on post-it notes with ballpoint pens just to show you what kind of week I've had. For the viewers, Larry, you could use those as the openings, flash shots for this episode of Secondary Ignore Topic on the YouTube channel, and I can enjoy them on Wednesday at 7:30 fucking Central. If no one, we've just got to get, what, and also please like and subscribe to the podcast and leave us a 5-star review on if you're listening on iTunes, because that helps the algorithm. Okay,
we've been jumping up in numbers in several of the
we have,
and we're just about at our 100th episode. Haven't missed one except for when I was in jail and or got hit by a car.
Yes, and we are at number 97. We got to come up with something special for the 100th. For 100, it will be full nipple. Tune into the YouTube channel and check out full. I'll go full nip too. Good. All right. I don't see why not. And I'll let Gideon just Sharpie whatever he wants to on my chest. And I'll leave my blank for irony. Excellent. Excellent. This might be Italian. I don't think so. Can I do a non sequitur? Because I just saw something today that just made me laugh out loud. That's the only thing I've laughed at in a very long time. So basically the last time I spoke to you. As I was walking to this brunch place, which it's already been like I said, it's been a long week. Yesterday was a long day. We're walking to the brunch place, which we've never been to before. It was a nice brunch place. I was terrified that they weren't going to have a bar, but they don't. But they did have bloodies. You can't. But I was like, can I get a bloody and a beer back? It's like, oh, we don't have beer. We just have like brunch drinks for brunch time. Like we don't really have like a full liquor license. You have vodka, yeah. Then give me a bloody with a side of vodka and meat. So we legally can't do that. Like, can I get a double? Yeah. Can I get half the double on the side? If this is $5, I give you. She's like, yeah. Thank you. All right. But as we're walking there, it is right down the block from, I shit you not, God, I love this area of Florida, a holistic veterinarian. Shut the fuck up.
I shit you not. And I don't know. I'm just reading the sign. I didn't go in. I don't know if it's got magic wands and crystals and shit. But I don't know if it's like you said, you had a horse chiropractor. So that's about as close to as holistic veterinarians as I could think of. But I was just giggling to myself the entire time I'm having my eggs Benedict. Just go, well, it is a Doberman with a kennel cough. I'm going to have to shove a dream catcher up his ass, but he's going to be just fine. Is he allergic to brush sage up his nose? What? Well, we're going to find out.
I'm gonna have to smudge your dog. I'm
this man
what?
is just covered with bite marks and scratches because he has no ability to give them medicine to put them out for major procedures. So he's just fighting fucking angry Rottweilers and Shepherds all day, just to try to get them to choke down fucking mud and clay.
Picks them up, puts his ear to their butthole like he's trying to hear the ocean. Speak to me. And the dog's down there like, get the fuck off. What are you doing?
Have you ever tried to actually give a Pomeranian acupuncture when it has no desire to be there? It's fucking difficult. And those little bastards got little needle teeth. They'll get you.
Trying to fix a Rottweiler without anesthesia. I used some rose quartz and
how'd that go for you? 9 toes. Not great, right?
I gave him a dose of lavender. He shit everywhere and tried to bite my face, but he still has
says shit like, I love my job, but he's got a twitch and he shakes a lot like an inbred fucking hairless chihuahua.
What was that?
What do you have? It's a rabbit. Thank fucking God.
It's a toothless rabbit. We have to feed it slurry. Oh, good, but it still kicks. No, he's a kicky little guy.
Well, he's floppy is fine, but his humors are in misalignment. Fuck you, road hippie. Jesus Christ, get some real fucking science in here to fix my fucking money. The kids are losing their mind and this thing's starting to stink. One eye's all crusted over. Fix it.
Well, I shaved a spot off of him and drew a pentagram, and then I prayed to the rabbit god Yojimbo, and
from the fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yojimbo, the samurai rabbit. And that's when you realize this is my fault. I walked in this fucking place. There's every other vet has a degree. They're at least trying. They're going, I don't know, clip its nails and give it antibiotics. That's all we got. I'll x-ray it for $1,000. I don't know.
Can you tell me what's wrong with it? No, he doesn't speak English. That's why I brought him to you.
Take it to the guy at the beach. He'll tell you he's possessed. I don't fucking know.
This dog's got demons in his blood. We should probably give him cocaine.
The only old-timey pet barber from the 1500s.
That's the thing. I've been trying to write this bit about the fact that dentistry, as medicine, has changed throughout the years so much. Like, it used to be that you walked into a doctor's office and been like, well, I got a cold, and you'd be like, well, I can either give you opium, cocaine, or throw a handful of leeches at your dick. I don't know what to do.
Overhand.
Maybe cut your leg off. That might get rid of the demons. I don't know. But dentistry has not changed all that much.
No, the materials have changed. We don't use a whole lot of wood anymore.
Yeah.
Or horse teeth. And we actually had, really the only difference is now that there's decent anesthetic. You're not drinking rum and sniffing ether before somebody goes into your mouth with metal and going, I'm going to yank and unscrew some shit. Like, oh God, okay.
Yeah, no, it's just, but the tools still that just a set of pliers and some daddy issues that they have not worked out yet, and now they're just leaning on your chest, going, "Could you stand still? You're pulling bones out of my face." You could, yeah, but I need you to lay still and look towards me. Stop turning away. You're literally you're up to the elbow in my neck. What else do you want me? Yes, I'm numbed as best as you can. You told me I couldn't do shots of Everclear since the last time when I lost my pants. Now just yank the tooth. There's got to be a better way.
Before we get through with this, Doc, I just said I have to call you doctor, and by the way, you don't deserve it. It's only because I want you to like me and you're about to cause physical pain to me. But just so we know, Doc, your crotch is precariously close to my hand, and I'm prone to clenching when shit doesn't go my way in my face. So it's just a weird thing that's probably just me. But keep your dick away from my open hand. I will grab and yank.
Yeah.
And I'll go to the fucking holistic guy, see what he's got for me.
see what Dr. Tulip's got on the docket today for me.
Jesus fuck. You think your Jack Russell would be open to singing bowls? Fuck me. Fuck everything.
Why don't we sit down here on the ground, put him in the middle, and start a drum circle and see. He's got high anxiety and he hates storms. Well, but I feel like the drums might have a good rhythm and could relieve him of that. You, sir, how much is this going to be? $500. Here you go. I'll go to KB Toys and put him in the percussion aisle. See what that does instead, you fucking dick.
They went under before Toys R Us, didn't they?
Yeah, I did. I can't wait to use all my timely references with these kids tonight.
Hey Siri, how long was that? 8 more minutes. Okay.
Oh boy. All right.
Hey, speaking of holistic medicine,
I was
Larry, do we have a sponsor? Yes.
We sure do, and we should probably
Speaking
hear
of
from
shirtless men and holistic medicine.
We're coming at you right now.
Hey, Smith, let's talk about the Split Society, huh?
I've heard of them.
They offer unmatched quality with these 100% natural leaf spliffs.
What's that mean?
Well, they're hand-picked, they're hand-rolled, they're by professional artisans. All of their spliffs are toasted to provide
What's an artisan?
It's like somebody who builds something, but they're very good at it, and they are on TikTok.
So there is the exact opposite of what we do with this podcast.
Yeah, it's like I'm an artist, but I make a little bit of money at it, and I'm also a hipster, and I need the validation.
Oh, so almost like what we do with this podcast.
Pretty close, yeah. Their splits are toasted to provide a harmonic balance. That is a bullshit word, by the way, and I love these guys. That's a very bullshit word. A low smoke, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've had a harmonic. I've had harmonic experiences. Mostly
when it comes to smoking something.
We should probably move on. I don't want to be implicated in a crime.
And relaxed flavor, so they won't interfere with the taste of your favorite herb. They're 100% organic, all-natural spliffs, and no filter, no glue, no wax, no chemicals. This is all true. And no, you know the word.
Bullshit.
Mm-hmm. The spliffs are velvet to the touch. From any orifice, they are. They burn slowly.
I've tried all of the orifices.
I really wish you would stop, because the pictures from the burning.
Yeah.
Why do you keep sending me the pictures?
Well, because I feel close to you, and I feel like this just draws us in and makes the podcast stronger.
Butthole to butthole.
Just smashing buttholes.
Well, which makes the next phrase, with an even smooth pull, even more reticent.
Which is so appreciated when you're going butthole to butthole.
They fit the bill. Best on the planet. So stop wasting your time and money.
I had an Uncle Bill.
You fit your Uncle Bill?
I don't. We should probably talk about splitsociety.org, though.
Did you fit your Uncle Bill, or your Uncle Bill had to fit? Stop wasting your time and money spitting or splitting and licking those tired old rolls ever again. Their spliffs allow for a clean and quick pack every time.
Just
Larry,
like
they're
my
made to smoke.
Scoutmaster.
I was about to make a joke, but now I'm just reminding myself of my old Scoutmaster. And I say,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Old Spice and cherry tobacco.
So pack it to share and enjoy.
And remember to use promo code Zig and Larry at checkout.
Did not go well.
That was perfect.
Really?
Yes.
No.
This is also part of the ad. And we're back. And
Again.
so is Rainbow Dash.
It's not Rainbow Dash. Who is it? It's Sparkles McNutsack. What is it?
It's a Twilight Sparkle. This side you can color yourself.
Oh, good for you. You're failing at child mask. Please don't put that on and leave it for a while. Oh, well, I'm not sure how I feel about this. You're like the most specialist Viking. Yeah. That's, I don't, it's the whole, from start to finish, that went south.
Oh yeah. Here, if I do it on this side, just the white side, I look like
The white side is worse somehow.
I look like a member of the KKK that they just tolerate because his dad's the Grand Wizard.
Hold on, put that back up for a second. That's the unpainted side. Because the nose and the mouth and the eyes and the hair, if you get rid of the horn and the ear, it kind of just looks like the big boy from Hobbs Big Boy. It's technically a big boy mask. Yeah, it's very similar.
Yeah.
It's kind of close.
Yeah. Who's the guy? Who's the My Little Pony guy? That's Dale. That's Greg's son. We don't mention that. We don't know if he really belongs, but he just likes dressing up. And he keeps saying he likes the flowiness of the robes. We're all real uncomfortable, but we can't go against Greg's wishes, so just leave Dale alone.
It's also interesting that the mask has a mouth, but the mask stops right under your nose.
Well, it's a child's mask. So,
yeah.
As I am slightly larger.
It's more the visor of or the front plate of a Viking helmet for the special for the people who are really happy in June. You know what I mean? Like that's.
I'm here to pillage your brunch.
Speaking of which, I can't wait for Pride Month next month down here after fucking Governor Dickbag did the Don't Say Gay thing. I hope it's the first Pride Parade they're going to have since 2019 for the pandemic, obviously. I hope that it's the biggest celebration ever, and I hope that a lot of people get really upset. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Springfield does. Oh, there it is. I was waiting for it. Springfield does a Pride celebration, and I am looking forward to seeing how that turns out. I'm hoping that we are around this year, or I'm around this year, because I'm definitely going. And I'm definitely wearing my mermaid unicorn shirt that says "So Extra," just to confuse the straights.
I can't wait because I was injured during Pirate Fest, so I got to be there for Pride.
When is Pirate Fest?
It's in late February, early March in Tampa. People just it's like St. Patrick's Day, but instead of for Irish people, it's for pirates. People just get drunk because they do pirate shit.
Well,
and I could not go because I couldn't walk. That was like more depressing than getting.
It would have been perfect. You could have just had a peg leg, got a little. I
was really trying to work it out, yeah, but I was still like, it's still too like wobbly at the time. I'm like, if I get knocked over, I have to go to fucking surgery again. So
you rent a jazzy, you dress up in full regalia. That's my time. I gotta go.
That was serious 15 minutes, not including commercial break.
You put Kawadi on your shoulder,
mm-hmm.
and then you take like just a cardboard box, cut it down to make it look like the bow of a ship on the front of the chassis, and then you're good to go. You could have been the Pirate King.
You call it the HSS. Move it, fucker.
The HMS Oopsie Doodles. So I got something special for you today, buddy.
Well, I'm dressed for it.
I'm really excited for this. I do want to point out that it is our buddy and friend of the show, Robbie Quantz, that that sent this to me. Well, tagged me in it, and I don't know if I should tell you or just show you. I'm just going to show you.
Okay.
Because here you go. We wanted to follow up on our friend Malcolm, the return of Crankenstein.
No! Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm going to read this out loud for the first time. I okay. Can I read it, the header out loud?
Absolutely.
Okay. Father, 40s. He was a father? We didn't even know that. Mr.
No.
McDuck. Oh, Father 47, whose penis fell off due to a blood infection, reveals how he lived with a new one attached to his arm for 6 years, as he says he burned it a while. As he says he burned it while cooking and hit relatives in the face with his genitals while hugging. As he says, there's a comma there. As he says he burned it, as he says he burned it while cooking, comma, which I just said, and hit relatives in the face with his genitals while hugging. Okay, so the sentence needs a little bit of just mental sussing apart.
Sure. This is from.
I'm guessing that the genitals while hugging was on his arm, and he didn't just whap him with his remaining balls while he gave the big old squeeze.
Yeah. No, we get these explanations further on in the.
Okay, so it's been 6 years now, and his crank is still on his arm. He has that. Okay. So if you haven't heard either the original episode where we discovered this asshole Crankenstein, the general idea is he got a septic infection in his taint. He let it go until his cock rotted and fell off. Yeah. He then went to science, and the people in the UK, apparently the greatest crank doctors and scientists in the UK, were able to form a new crank using a skin graft and artistry.
And they rolled it up like a taquito.
Yeah. Put a head on it, and then they attached it like a leech to his fucking forearm to allow the blood flow to let it grow, and kind of like to the point where it was basically like a plant that you're about to transplant from a small to a larger pot. So like once it's ready, they were going to snip the fucker off, put it back onto his crotch, aid him with some manner of like Nike Reebok or whatever the pump thing from your shoes.
Reebok pump, yeah.
Yeah, in his taint, which would even give him a passable erection. And from what we researched, the crank looked good. Larry and I, our problem was he just never went in to get the surgery. He had this crank just dangling from his forearm like a fucking meat icicle, and he's playing with it like a lunatic.
And putting it on his own head, and you're like, oh, look at this.
He had no desire to go get it put where it's supposed to be. So.
Because as we know from the original article, it was, well, I had some scheduling issues and had to miss the appointments, and then the pandemic.
He couldn't get a ride.
Yeah, couldn't get a ride, and we're like, no, you walk, which is the blood flow will be good for the crank on your arm. Get out there, and because we're gonna find out. There's more details, and I will say they paint him in a much better light than the previous articles, and I call bullshit on this and I understand poor Malcolm McDonald has had a rough life.
The learned men and women of Oxford University were this close to having the first successful man-made penis growing situation. They just need him to schedule the surgery so they can finish their fucking opus and move on with their lives. But they keep calling him up. It's like, can't do it on Tuesday, having a haircut. Click. Fucker.
We've got the whole team. We've got the whole team. Actually, so this guy wouldn't. God damn it! I'm going to make this joke, and I don't care. He's not Crankenstein. He's Crankenstein's monster.
Very good distinction. You know what? I mean, I'll allow it.
Okay.
I mean, it was bad, but I'm pissed I didn't make it. So,
all right.
Oh God! And we tried. After a year, we did that. The year anniversary of
that, when we were doing year follow-ups.
We scoured the internet, and nobody could tell us what happened to this fucking turd. Okay. All right. So now the universe is caught up, and I can actually breathe again.
And this was
6 years
published on May 4th, so just 3 days ago. We got, and I'm so glad that I found this. Or was it not? I didn't find it. I'm so glad Robbie found it and tagged me in it on the social media so that I could share it with you before you discovered it. Because I know this is a gift I wanted to give you. And I almost held off. Amazing. I almost waited for the 100th episode. But I was like, no, this is too good. We got to get it.
Finding it before that would have been pretty high. I mean, like high enough that you probably wouldn't want to risk it. Can I just read these 4 bullet points that I just read?
Absolutely.
After you do agree, though, that headline is worded kind of wonky.
Oh, no, this whole thing is written very poorly. But again, this is from the dailymail.com. So it's
So
yeah.
Malcolm McDonald from Norfolk had his penis amputated 12 years ago. So he's gone a full dozen without a unit. Next bullet point, 47-year-old appeared on Channel 4's The Man with a Penis on His Arm last night. I'm guessing he's the only one on that show. Next bullet point, medics built him a penis that was attached to his arm due to surgery complications. Okay, whatever. 6 years later, he has spoken of how it has finally been reattached in position. Oh, God.
The English have such a way of wording. Has have finally been attached in position. That could be
6 years later, he has spoken of how it's finally been attached in position. Oh God, it's finally there. He finally got. Okay, we can scroll down. I feel like I just took the biggest, most satisfying shit of my life.
I know.
I'm so glad I'm not wearing a shirt for this.
A man who spent 6 years with a penis on his arm after an operation went wrong has revealed the difficulties caused by the unusual genitalia placement, including struggling to cuddle his grandmother and burning it while cooking.
Certainly when you're cooking, you throw a fucking rubber band around that gun or wear long sleeves. You don't let your meat sausage just dangle in the souse.
Oh, what's that? What's that burning smell? Oh my God, my bangers and mash.
That was bad. No, dickhead, your foreskin, your second new and man-made foreskin is in the bacon grease a sizzling, you dickhole. Okay.
I love this. He had his penis amputated in 2014 after a blood infection caused it to decay, though his testicles remained intact. That's like saying...
We kept the bullets, but we lost the gun.
The tires are fine, but the rest of the car is trash.
The tires won't roll downhill. You're gonna have to chase them. You can't do much with it. You can let the kids play with it. I don't know. You throw it on a fire, let it burn. But sepsis didn't take care.
And this is where it gets me, because initially when I was like, well, I mean, maybe he's missing all these appointments. Maybe it's because he can't afford the surgery. Then I was reminded by this article.
Oh,
they have universal health care.
He didn't pay for shit.
No, it is NHS funded, which is National Health Service.
Who has to fill out the paperwork for the UK's National Health Service? We need 50K. What's that for? To create a brand new penis and put it on this man's arm. Why? Same reason that first guy climbed Everest, sir, because it's there. Okay, how much is it gonna cost? Only actually 50 grand here. In the US, that'd be like $3 million. And you'd have to be on a show in the US called The Man with the Penis on His Arm just to pay for the fucking copay.
Yeah. And it would be on TLC, and it would run for 3 seasons. And at the end of that first season, you'd be like, can I just go put this back where it belonged? No, you cannot. You signed a contract for 3 years, so for 3 more years, you're fucking with your forearm, is what you're doing.
You're rubbing your dick on grandma's back.
Let's see.
Nana don't like hugs.
No, Malcolm, please. That's okay. Just a fist bump from now on.
Did he ever get to meet the Queen? Pardon me, Your Highness. Would you like to meet Dick Arm McDonald?
It's about time we finally got here.
Can it at least be after 4:30, after my third afternoon cocktail?
But before 8 p.m., this seems like a mid-afternoon.
I'm not going to say I'm not interested. But I will need to prepare.
Much like Ted Lasso, I'm curious, not judgmental. Bring him in.
This is worse than dueling bad fucking walk-ins. I am 128 years old. Of course, I want to see the dick off.
I've seen a lot of dicks. I've seen a lot of various and sundry genitalias. This is the first time I've seen it on a man's arm. Bring it in.
Bring it in. Allow me to grade it on the scale from 1 to Azul.
Hello, peasant. Show me your penis.
And other sketches that never made it to the Monty Python stage.
Hello, peasant. Show me your penis.
Somewhere Eric Idle's taking notes. Like, fuck, that might have legs.
A lack of oxygen in his blood during surgery meant doctors had to abort midway.
Oh, this is the original surgery. Okay.
And stuck the 6-inch penis to his left arm temporarily. Now,
I always thought that the putting it on his arm was on purpose to let it grow.
Well, that's
did
what
I
the
misremember
original
that?
articles. That's what
That was right? We didn't invent that. That was what it said.
That's what it said. So this is again. And also this next the hospital delays followed by the COVID pandemic meant the appendage stayed there for 6 years, making his life a
bullshit.
Because for 3 to 4 of those years, there was no pandemic, and homeboy just was like, I gotta go meet the queen on Thursday. So
we saw that. Not fucking around. We saw this dickhole several years ago on BBC, whatever, playing with it like it was a fucking cat toy. Like he was having a fine time. And he was quoted as saying shit like scheduling difficulties. I'll move stuff around to get my dick off my arm. I'll make things happen. I'll call the boss. I'll say, you know what? We're not going to make Sunday roast. Why? Because the dick's going back where the dick goes. Oh, that's a very good excuse.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
I want you to read this next part, please. We're not going to read this whole thing word for
highlighting, by the way.
Yeah.
Viewers were stunned watching the program. I feel like I should do this in accent. Viewers were stunned watching the program last night, in which Malcolm described the penis falling out of his sleeve while shopping, and even hitting his loved ones in the face while he hugged them. If your dick falls out of your sleeve while you're shopping, well, I tell you what, he doesn't cheat at cards. It's just it's up your sleeve? No, it's a cock.
I'm sorry?
It's a cock. It's a man-made cock.
There he is. There's our friend Malcolm.
Yeah, I do. I remember his face. I mean, I don't remember my grandmother's face, but I could pick this fuck out of a lineup.
By the way, just reading, I glanced over. Fred Savage is fired as executive producer director of ABC's The Wonder Years following investigation into his alleged inappropriate conduct on the set of the series. I just read that and I was like, really? Fred Savage of all people?
Yes, but as you're reading that, please tune into the fucking YouTube. As you're reading that, you see what's happening to the left of the Fred Savage.
Oh, God!
You didn't
Hold
even
on.
notice that. He's demonstrating how his cock arm gets burnt on the stove. And they've pixelated out his cock. He's got a band. He's got some inner band that keeps the cock down.
Wait. He's
this is his cock on his arm. And then good for him. Oh, he's what is happening? Oh, we've gone past it. They did it like 3 times. Yep, and that's where he's you see that? Look at that. That's a cock on a stove. Very poorly playing darts.
And he's tucking his darts
in the band that's holding his cock down.
Yeah. Well, he was tucking them underneath the cock. He was tucking them underneath the cock. Hold on. Because there is
oh God, he wasn't he?
Yeah. Because the band was down here. He was holding them with his cock. Now I will say, in that defense, but he had done more and more drugs after becoming homeless when his relationship fell apart. I'm an everyday man that does the same things everyday men do, but I don't have a penis. That's going to be somebody's soundbite. You know what? That's going to be the soundbite that I put on before this show. Just for, I'm an everyday man that does. I'm going to say it in the folksy way. I'm not going to use the accent.
Very good.
I'm an everyday man that does the same things everyday men do, but I don't have a penis.
But I do like Folgers crystals. Okay, well, I didn't know that he went homeless, but I have a feeling he did a lot of that himself.
Yeah.
You're the kind of guy that can't schedule your own dick on your crotch surgery. I mean,
so he was living.
I can't get there. We'll get you an Uber. We can put it on the same bill as the cock.
Yeah. We'll bundle it. It's cheaper if we bundle it. After being homeless, developed a long-term pair. See, these are details that weren't in the original article, but the thing is, I'm not certain. I think some of this is a little exaggerated. But he did have abscesses, which swelled up the size of a tennis ball and popped.
Oh God.
And then we have a chart here of how they did it.
Oh, this is a very.
Oh, a saline reservoir. And he's got.
Oh, this is the Reebok pump that makes the
Yeah.
the arm weenie.
So they
Or
put a vein in
an arm
there, and then they. I love how they were like, here's the arm with the crank, and now here is where we put it. We put it right here, right here in this area.
I didn't know it was a less than decision. Well, this isn't going to work. We can't put his penis back where his penis goes. Throw it on his arm. Why? Because what else the fuck are we going to do, Carl? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I am open to suggestions, Cecil.
That is going to be the thumbnail.
Oh, we're saving this on your computer under penis arm chart.
Yeah.
Very
Yep,
good.
this is going to be the thumbnail for the YouTube. So then we've got the saline reservoir, the flaccid cylinder inside of the fake crank. It's not fake. I mean, second crank. Crank.
Second crank.
Crank
It's
V.
it's as real as silicone tits are. How about that?
Crank-
It's real because it exists. Just because it's man-made doesn't mean it's made up.
Crank V2, and then you pump it, and the water pump fills it, and yeah. So there's
So you have
that.
to squeeze the crank to get the saline back into the saline reservoir.
I wonder.
Oh, the pump and release valve is in your taint.
Yeah.
So you push. I see. So that if you presumably if you hold it in, it deflates your unit. Okay, let's.
Now we know anybody that doesn't know. You know, he's got the sepsis. His toes started going black, and then so did his penis, and then it fell off in the toilet.
Malcolm said he threw his. Hold on, could you scroll down, please, Larry?
I'm sorry.
Let's see if I can do this. Oh God, what's his name? The British gentleman who does all of the wildlife.
David Attenborough.
David Attenborough. Thank you. I'll do my best, David Attenborough. Not sure it's any good, but it's the best I can do. Let's see. Can you scroll upwards, please? There was a paragraph there that I just wanted to touch on. A little bit more, but I did just see the word sausage roll. Yes. Let's see. That's correct. That's what I wanted. Malcolm said he threw his penis in the bin, with medics originally telling him that they could only roll up the remaining stump like a sausage roll. Now the fact that "like a sausage roll" is in quotes, there's some journalists there like, "Can I quote you on that, sir?" Yes, please do. Yes,
Absolutely,
yes.
please.
Like a sausage roll.
Please, sausage roll.
When your cock falls off, what do? Toss it in the trash.
Well,
Okay.
what are you going to do with it? What do you want to keep around? So there's a couple.
I don't know, but not that. I'm not sure. Put it in milk, I think. Is that a thing? That's just when you cut off your arm on a bandsaw. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. He explained he would drink 18 pints a day and often start drinking every morning.
Oh, Christ. Well, us and Malcolm got something going on.
We got a lot in common, buddy.
18 pints a day. If you start in the morning, that's not that much. I mean, it's a full day. You're going to
that's a lot of work, but let's see. We all know that go back and listen to the original Crankenstein episode, I don't know, and you'll get all the details. He got referred to the hospital, blah blah blah. Here's my favorite. Malcolm requested that it be 6 inches,
15 centimeters,
which was 2 inches
5 centimeters
longer than
he breathes. Yeah. Well, you know what? No, I respect that. I do respect that. He's like, I was slightly below average. I'd like to be slightly above. I don't want to go fucking ape shit with this. I know the government's fitting the bill, and I don't want to be a prick about it. You're giving me a probably got moved accident. I don't want to be a huge hard on about this. But you know, if you're making it, if you could throw an extra, I don't know, 30% on there. It would help me out.
So just, you know,
immensely. And if you paint it black.
If we're, I mean, guys, if it's, well, I'm not asking for a Lamborghini, but just like a nice Honda Civic is just what I'm looking for. Something reliable, something that can get me around, something that I can have as passenger on.
Nothing flashy, but I don't want to be embarrassed. You know what I mean? That's all I'm asking for.
That's fellas.
I got nothing to prove other than I've got a very, very nicely, slightly above average man-made dick that I have to pump in my taint. That's all I want. And you know what? I'll see you in a dozen years to put the fucker on too.
You guys good? Everybody good? We all good? All right. High five. I got you, dog. All right.
I'll piss out of what I can only assume is a coffee stirrer until then. We all know it gets due to the lack of oxygen in his blood at the time, because of course when you're drinking at least 18 pints a day starting in the morning, your blood is probably low on oxygen. But high on ideas, very open to new plans.
Yes.
Your blood's low on oxygen. Well, what else you got? We put a crank on your arm. Woo, that's going to be interesting tomorrow. But for today, let's go to the carnival, see if we can't make a couple of bucks.
He's just out there waving like Forrest Gump, slapping himself all around. Blimey.
That deserves a blimey, if anything does.
Today we know about the procedure. Okay. He revealed the difficult and embarrassing situations he's faced, including his penis falling out in the supermarket and him accidentally hitting his own grandmother in the face.
A, I get that it accidentally fell out in the supermarket, but B, grandma probably had it coming. If you need to shut Nana up, just slap her in the face with your arm cock.
Please read this sentence.
In what accent?
Whichever you choose.
Very good. I'm gonna guess that's fucking. So we're gonna go. Oh, he's definitely. I'm doing way more posh. He's definitely not that per guy. He's much more cockney.
Yeah.
I can't do cockney without a little warm up, so I'm not gonna try.
Fair enough.
Fucking slap myself in the eye with it. It's a dead weight. When you cuddle your nan at Christmas, you hit her in the eye. He told the documentary makers. I fucking slapped myself. I fucking slapped myself in the eye with it. It's a dead weight. And you cuddle your nan at Christmas, you hit her in the eye.
Perfect.
That's not great, but it's all right. It's a solid. That's a D+ effort on a cockney, but it's okay.
I went to Waitrose. There was an old lady that needed some help. It fell out of the bandage and fell out on her head. I could have given her a heart attack, mate.
Mates.
What's
a Waitrose?
I'm guessing that's the grocery store.
Oh, okay.
That they were talking about. But yeah.
Plumped her on the head. What's that? Don't ask.
Thump. Oops. What kind of help did she need that it hit her in the head? Like, did she say get something off the top shelf and he just reached over her? What the fuck? None of this makes, this is clown shoes insane.
Can you get the beans off the top shelf? No, without hitting you in the head with my cock. What?
Worth it, Sonny. Get it. It's been a while since I've been slapped in the face with a good wank.
The only people who've touched his dick are him and his old women, apparently, some of which who he's related to.
The fact that poor grandma, and why give the, you know what, one-armed hugs for a while. That's what you get to do.
I preferred it when he was homeless.
I preferred it when he had the boils on his down belows.
God. All right, so then he burnt the tip when he was cooking on the stove. Jesus Christ.
When I'm cooking, it burns. I can't use the back orb. Of course I feel like less of a man. I ain't got a penis. I'm not a man, am I?
that was to a British accent. What the fucking Dick Van Dyke. Goddamn.
Fuck off.
I can't even say it. That was half Australian. Half dick.
Look, I was trying to drop a Cockney accent. I was not warmed up either. I didn't.
It's fine.
I didn't start with you know when you want to do the Cockney accent, you got to start by saying you got to start with being Michael Caine saying his own name. That's how you warm up.
That would work for you. I always just have to like
Michael Caine.
Just like
Michael Caine.
Oh, that might do it. I don't know. There's some phrases that I have to get into it. For me, Cockney it's so like if I get it on the first try, I'm okay. But if I don't do it, I just have to start tomorrow. Like it's just like it's never gonna happen today.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, I'm with you. It's been a long time since I've had to or been asked to do a Cockney accent and practiced it. I can bust out a reasonable English, Irish. I'm good with Irish. I maybe in Northern England because it's a little garbled and almost Scottish like, but that Cockney that throws you.
What accent is that? Gaelic, as far as you know.
There it is. There's him playing darts, tucking the darts underneath his arm penis. Because that's how you treat. This is how he lost the first one. Don't tell me it's not.
You don't. That's how you get sepsis. I mean, you get no kind of shot. You start playing with your dick and rusty metal. You're gonna get you're playing a dangerous game.
He poked his taint. He would just, as a bar trick while playing, he'd just stick him in his taint and be like, "Oi, look at that!" And then everyone would be like, "All right, Malcolm, that's enough, you crazy bastard." And then he went and slept in whatever storage unit he was renting that month, and woke up to a hedgehog nibbling at his underbits, and that's how you get sepsis.
That's how you get sepsis. Then after a while, and you just throw it away. You do your best to start fresh.
He was unable to wear short sleeve tops in public, and couldn't go swimming with his 2 children for fear of embarrassment.
For fear of being arrested. You can't. Okay. All right. He lost a shit ton of money in just ace bandages and bad excuses.
Yeah. All right. We're talking about reattaching it. We know it got reattached.
Well, I just saw that it got reattached. The procedure took 9 hours. Is that what I just read? Yeah. But Malcolm finally had his manhood back at the correct place following a 9-hour operation last year. That's longer than a shift at Wendy's. That is a fucking time. Jesus Christ. A 9-hour surgery. You either get 2 teams of surgeons or they get to have a lunch break. That's a long time to put a crank on your crank spot.
I sure hope that he sent like a Chili's gift card to those surgeons, something. Maybe here's a nice Amazon Prime rental. I don't know.
Do you think so? You ever hung a picture and you get somebody behind you just to make sure it's like spaced right and level? You're like, and they're like, I don't know, a little bit like 2 inches to the left, maybe. Oh, okay, the right side a little bit down. Yeah, right there is going to be good. You think that's what the doctors were like when they had
somebody on a step ladder looking down.
Then somebody like get a good perspective, because you can't get perspective when you're right up. Guys, like move the dick a little bit to the left. No, you're still too close to the balls. You want to get a little bit higher. It looks weird. I'm telling you from here, my vantage point is better. It looks weird. Get the dick where the dick goes. Just where you don't want. I'll tell you right now, don't put it on the stump because his dick was in a weird place to start with. You want to go a little bit above that. Yeah, you're there. I'm telling you, you're there. I'm
just down there with a laser level and a protractor trying to figure out where.
I tell you what, if this is wrong, this is on me. But that's a good dick spot.
That's just right there.
It there. Let's go home. It's been 9 hours of this
shit. I put a little X with Sharpie. Now go. Put it in there.
Go.
Get on level. It. Who is that guy? It's Dale from construction. We brought him in. This is the guy we have do all the maintenance around here. He fixes the walls and sometimes the floors. He's real good at his job, and we just had him bring in a step ladder. And is that why he was? He just kept handing us a staple gun, be like, "Come on, man, let's just here. I know how to do this."
Total newbie maneuver. Would have been 7 hours, but we attached it upside down the first time. He'd be pissing his face the whole time, so we had to take it off again. I mean, egg on my face, right? But we got her there eventually. Yeah. Just got to buff off the ends, do a little bit of caulking, but it's fine.
It was just some sanding. We put a little drywall mud.
All of that. In David Attenborough's accent.
But here's the best part. We're so glad that we had Dale from maintenance in here because we were just going to put it right on, but he had some of those drywall anchors that we use to make sure that some bitch don't come off again is what we did. So anyway, fellas, time to head down to TGI Fridays for Southwest egg rolls and a high five. All right.
We weren't sure about some of the mechanical connections, but we got a fucking dentist who's basically a carpenter for the body. He's like, no, you can screw that right in. You can screw that right in and just give him Vicodin for when it hurts, and it'll be fine.
Oh, guys, we need something that'll make sure his junk inflates, because we're not going to spend all this time and not have it be a functional crank. I mean, he'll be able to pee out of it, but we want it to get, we want him to do the business. So Steve, what are you wearing on your feet? Are those Reebok pumps? Yeah, hand them over. We're gonna gut those. Give them to Dale. He's gonna gut them and give us a little something that we can shove in this guy's taint, and then he can just pump it up.
Get me the development team from Zappos. Stats. We have a medical emergency in this guy's pants.
They just okay. So Malcolm, here's how it works. We've got a video that'll show you, and it's just the Reebok pump commercial from the 1980s. Pump it up.
Okay, well, that's the we have the technology.
Do you think he pumps it up, but like after he's been drinking whiskey just enough, so it's still just like, oh, still got whiskey dick, I'll do my best?
You think he's going for accuracy? I don't know.
But this seems,
12 years, so
I don't know. It seems disingenuous. I drank a fifth of Jameson, and
I think he's still taking it out of the supermarket. I don't think he cares where it is.
He's still slapping his grandma with it. It's weird.
This used to be on my arm. You have no excuses anymore. Why is there a dart in it? I don't know, but it's bigger than it used to be.
I put it right in the pee hole.
Good for you.
Let's see. What do we? Oh man. Okay.
What the fuck is that? Oh,
that's his arm.
That's the wound. Where that's what it looks like when you remove a man-made unit off of your forearm. Okay, got it.
My luck in life hasn't been too good so far.
In quotes.
But it can only go bad for so long, can't it?
Well, yeah, when you get your dick back where your dick goes, I mean, it's a good day, I would assume.
Can you imagine 6 years of your life with a penis swinging on your arm? It's been a nightmare, but it's gone now, the little bugger.
A lot of that's on you, pal.
Yeah. And there's Malcolm. That's a smart-looking hat, though.
I don't feel like it smells like a thrift shop, but yeah.
Oh, no, it smells worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you he's been pumping up his penis and just hanging the hat from it. Let's take a look. Can we see? No, he wears loose pants. Makes sense. Thought maybe they might give us a little,
I love that. Malcolm will also be able to have sex. His doctor installed 2 tubes, which enable him to inflate the penis with a hand. Can he piss out of it? We haven't actually said or found that out.
Yes, there. Okay. Yeah, it's earlier in the. I scrolled down.
Okay, so it is functional for urination.
Yes,
and he can have sex. Yes, but it's the partner finding that is going to be, I would assume, part of the issue.
Come on, those smoldering eyes.
He's not like hideous by any means, but this is the kind of cat that
I like that he's still holding his arm like he's got a crank hidden up his sleeve.
Well, force of habit, what are you gonna do?
Worst children's magician ever.
Can you make a rabbit come out of this hat? Fuck you and your buddy. I got something better.
No,
I'm gonna make a snake come out of my sleeve.
Where's your grandma? I want to slap her with it.
And he was dressed as a clown. That was made it worse. That was the worst part.
I'm scrolling down to see if I don't know if there's any more. There you go for the foot sluts that just want to see foot stuff.
I think we. Oh God, damn it!
Okay, that's enough. We've made it. We've made it to the end.
Oh, okay. So, but we finally have closure on Crankenstein.
We finally
have closure.
Have closure on Crankenstein.
I'm going to tell you, I am a
Crankenstein's monster.
Crankenstein's monster. Excuse me. That you can correct me on that every time I say it, because the team at Oxford University in Cambridge, those are Crankensteins.
Yeah.
What they created was Crankenstein's monster. You're absolutely right. Please correct me at every turn. I am very peculiar about some stuff. I don't believe in funerals. I don't think they're necessary. I don't see why people need that kind of closure. I know that I'm very much in the minority on that, but I needed closure on Crankenstein much more than the passing of a relative.
Yeah.
I really did. Thank you, Larry. I feel like I'm going to sleep really well tonight. Well, the booze. The booze is going to help.
The booze is going to do it.
Yeah.
It absolutely is my pleasure, but also thank you to Robbie for making sure that I saw it.
Robbie, God bless you.
And it was because he tagged me. I'm going to tell you what group. I'm not a part of it, so but
what do you mean by group?
It's a group on Facebook. You can be in.
Oh, okay.
Sideshow Spectrum. That's the group.
That's where we had to go for the news that we were looking for. Well, you said it just came out. You say March, just a couple days ago.
Yeah. Yep. This group has been great.
Fell off the fucking map. And I love that on Channel 4, so I guess it was BBC 4. The show's called The Man with a Penis on His Arm.
The Man with a Penis on His Arm.
What should we call this episode of the show? The Man with a Penis on His Arm? What else could we call it?
Seems a bit on the nose, much like his crank was on his grandmother.
We're almost there. Just call it. Just call it that. I don't know.
Just call it.
I don't know. Everybody's staying nice.
There's a couple
in my mind.
There are two American chaps who keep referring to him as Crankenstein, but I believe it should be more accurately known as Crankenstein's monster.
Monster from the Shelley novel, if you recall. And you're very much correct. Yes,
yes. Very much. Yes.
The Crankenstein's monster. Yes, very much.
Yeah, well, should we do that? Can we run it? Well, let's run it up the flagpole and see.
I hope this is not the end of Mr. McDonald's story. I want something to happen to this dude. I want him to win the lottery at this point. I want him to I don't know, rescue a fucking pony from a fire. I want something to be so that the headline could say, man who used to have dick on his arm saves baby from drowning in a well. It's like, holy shit, you can't even be local hero. You're always going to be the guy with a dick on his arm.
Yeah.
Does ...
Yep. No matter what he does, he could be elected prime minister and be like, man who had penis on arm stands before what is it? Parliament.
Former cock arm chap, now a member of Parliament.
I feel better. I'm glad that
that's taken off of my goddamn shoulders.
Right. I know we've been thinking about this guy for 2 years.
Not kidding. It's not the kind of thing that I think of every day, like the children I've abandoned. It's not that. But it's the thing that once a week you're oh fuck, I gotta Google this cat. What happened to the guy with the crank on his arm? And you go beep bop boop. Nothing. It's from August fucking 2017 is the last time we've heard of him. God damn it, how is that possible?
Yeah. It's but here we are. We've got, thank you, Malcolm. Thank you for being whatever it is you are.
Can we cue the hallelujah chorus? Did you hire a hallelujah chorus? Could somebody get on the hallelujah fucking chorus, please? Jesus.
I'm
so exasperated my dog woke up. Fucking bastard.
Huh?
Hi, buddy. Come here. Yeah. I'll hug you shirtless. I don't think that's weird. We're both men.
Yeah, it's not weird. You and I hug shirtless all the time.
Here's my dog. Join the fucking YouTube channel. You see a cute dog and a couple of idiots.
And you get to see all the pictures and charts involving Crankenstein's monster.
Oh my giddy odd. You can see the fucking sad room that I fucking I still haven't put anything on the walls. There's just shit everywhere. I don't know. I got a printer.
It's fine. It's utilitarian. All right, pal. I don't even need to ask what we learned today.
No, you know what? Let's not. Because all we've done is learn.
Yeah.
All we've done is learn and explain what we've learned.
Regret.
I did learn. The only thing I did learn that there's a holistic vet somewhere who's the building was nice, by the way. He's getting paid a handsome dollar for waving magic wands over ferrets and stuff. Outside of that, we learned that science will prevail just so long as a dipshit can get his fucking scheduler together.
As long as this dipshit can call an Uber to get to the surgery.
Fuck me.
How long's the surgery? 9 hours? Oh man, I'm gonna miss afternoon tea. No, thank you.
Afternoon tea, my ass. I'm gonna miss pints 7 through 15.
When they probably just said, we're gonna give you some really good drugs. That's when he was like, I'll be there tomorrow.
God, like Frank from Shameless.
Yeah.
Man with a crank on his arm. Man with a crank on his arm will be played by William Macy.
Oh my God. Yes.
I would
please.
pay real money. I would go back to the movie theater for that.
Yeah.
I would absolutely do that. Yeah. Pay to see William H. Macy play fucking Malcolm McDonald with a crank on his arm, walking through the streets of fucking Norfolk. You bet your tits I would.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Please. Just drunk slapping people, stop some mugging with it.
It's not a Colin Firth vehicle for me, but William Macy, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Colin Firth. You know what? Man's got range. You know, let's.
He does, but I mean, if I'm going to be the casting director, and I got carte blanche. I got a list. He's not on it, but we'll let him audition.
Let's get Hollywood on the phone.
If he's interested in the project, we'll let him audition. I know he's past auditioning, but still, for me,
call Hollywood right now. You and I are going to pitch this movie. We will direct. We're going to need a couple other writers, and then we'll start auditions.
Oddly enough, you know who's got range? We end up going with Tracy Ullman. She can do anything.
She can. I was going to say Tilda amazing. Swinton. We probably.
Tilda was going for more of a alien from space vibe, but we realized she wasn't auditioning. She was just trying to find parking. So we just decided we didn't need several months of that in our lives, and we went a different way. We went human.
Yeah,
we went a different way.
All right, pal.
God bless you for today. I needed today.
I'm glad. I'm only here to help. You know that. You know that.
The best part's about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfucker.